So hello again, welcome back. Um, I talked about my PayHip store and the classes I'm going to start. You probably saw it if you looked at the handout. The coupon code that works for Ravelry to get you a 20% discount off my patterns also works right now to get 20% off my PayHip classes. I say that plural because eventually I will have more than one class, but right now I have one. And yeah, once I've done the live class, I will remove that one from my PayHip store and leave just the PDF only up. Probably have to rewrite my description a little bit to explain that the workshop has happened, but I can reschedule workshops if they turn out to be popular. I can schedule a second Zoom. But right now, there's that one, and I'm not looking to do them really frequently yet. I'm thinking maybe every other month, put up a new workshop, but we'll just see how it goes. The one other thing that's I've listed on the handout as an upcoming event is a trunk show with Tempe Yarn and Fibers from Tempe, Arizona. We're just putting out feelers right now. We haven't really set a time or a date or exactly what we're going to do. But my PayHip store allows me to have a blog. So if you want to know what I'm doing, you could look at that blog. I also have an email list. I do not have a nice newsletter. I just occasionally send out an email. It's just an ordinary email. It's nothing exciting. But if you are interested in getting onto that list, you can just email me. I'm not sure that my email address is on anything you have, so I will put it in the chat.
Good question, Nancy. You said your classes would be limited in size.
Yep.
How many people are going to be in a class?
I think I said 24.
Okay.
Of course, trying to answer that, I spelled Lekx wrong. There we go. So I've just put my email in there, and you could always, if you are interested in joining my email list, like I said, it's not an actual newsletter. I just send out the occasional email. I BCC it, so nobody else is going to see your email address. But if you're interested, you can email me and ask to be added to that list. Otherwise, from my PayHip store, you can find a blog, and I've already written an introductory blog. I wrote that introductory blog in late September when I had this idea. But it's there, and I will just continue to blog occasionally when something new is and interesting is happening. I don't intend to be a regular blogger. I don't intend to inundate people with emails. Sometimes I send out an email because I have just found something interesting. It's not even mine. All right. So
Nancy,
yep.
In the PayHip plus live virtual tutorial, can I just verify the date before I click it? It's the 9th of November, right?
That's a Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay, at 1 US time.
Eastern. Yep.
US time at those of us. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we make that joke often enough. But yes,
we do.
Yep. I did it for 2 weeks today.
Okay.
And it all worked. It all worked fine. I paid and got my handout.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's exciting.
Okay. And I'm going to go off camera because I'm having lunch, but I'm lunching with you all. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Me too.
I ate at 11:15. Um, so the first kit for the skill builder class that Sweet Paprika hosted was a mosaic. And I told you I've changed the pattern. I've changed how I centered it, and I changed the shape of the cowl. But it's still a mosaic. And so I decided that mosaic knitting would be a really good topic for today. It seemed like a good idea. So I've put together a handout. Again, it would be really good if I gave you the handouts ahead of time.
Oh, crap. No, I get challenged.
Well, we have the pattern, right? If we purchased the pattern already.
Oh yes, but the handout is specific to this class, and it uses different stitch patterns.
Cool.
And again, it's another Acrobat Adobe pattern.
Oh, Katie's gonna rescue us again.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, my computer goes crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
Yes.
I did it last night and it came up just perfectly. So I don't really know why it doesn't for you quite as nicely, but there you go.
Well, the thing is, see, when you're on an iPad, you don't get to keep the chat, so I have to do it while you're talking, and then it wipes everything out, and it's
right. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm calling up the charts on my phone. I don't know, Eureka. It might be handy if I could share my screen at some point. I didn't check to see if that was enabled.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's perfect. Great, thank you. I don't know if I'll need it, but it might be handy because I haven't been able to print anything because I don't have a printer. I'm cheap. I go to the local library every now and then, and I print what I need for 25 cents a page rather than buy a printer. All right, so here we go. Mosaic knitting is easy knitting. You get this wonderful look of color work, but you're not knitting with two colors in a row. You're only ever knitting with one color at a time. You knit across and then on the right side, and then you work back with the same colored yarn. And then you pick up the second color and off you go. You knit on the right side and then you work your way back on the wrong side, and you just use one color at a time. Most mosaic is done on garter stitch. And with you slipping those stitches, you get a wonderful texture. I just think that mosaic done on garter stitch is brilliant. You can see those elongated stitches, the V's, the knits. That's where I slip them. And it's just a wonderful texture. You can do mosaic knitting on stocking stitch or on a mix of stocking stitch and garter stitch. We're looking at today at just the very traditional garter stitch mosaic knitting. That's what we're working on today. If there's time, we'll go into a little bit more. I didn't look carefully enough to see if Eureka sent out the handout. Oh, that was a bad thing.
Is it the instruction for the homework?
Yeah.
Yes, it was on my email I sent last night.
See, I didn't actually read the emails. I just clicked on the same Zoom link all the time. So if you wanted to knit along with me today, you should have cast on 15 stitches and knit 2 rows. And you should have something that looks like this. Now, technically, if you did a long tail cast on like I did, you really only had to knit one row. But because I didn't specify a cast on and I wanted to make it easy for anybody to use whatever cast on they wanted, I just said cast on 15 stitches and knit 2 rows. Mosaic knitting always begins with the foundation of garter stitch. You want one ridge. Next one's gonna, try back again. And that's the foundation. So I've done my foundation in my dark color, and I'm really very sad because on my screen, this is showing up as a beautiful royal blue. And in real life, it's purple. And I chose purple and yellow because they're opposite each other on the color wheel, and I wanted really good contrast. But it's looking very blue on my screen, and it's very purple in real life. So what you want to do is don't cut your yarn. You're not going to cut your yarn every 2 rows. You're just going to leave the purple sitting there. You're going to pick up your whatever your next color is, and you're just going to start following the pattern. Now, I gave you the written instructions. So with your foundation, which in the picture is black, in my case here today, it's purple that's blue. You do your foundation, and then with your color B, which in the picture is white, and here today is yellow, you're going to knit 3. And you can do all sorts of fancy things to start if you want, but I just loop it over and start to knit. So knit 3 and then slip 1. With mosaic knitting, you always want that float that you get when you slip stitches on the wrong side of your work. So you're going to slip it with the yarn in back. There's information in the handout about the instructions that people use. People will say slip with yarn in front, slip with yarn in back. I tend to use slip with yarn on the wrong side. Because some people think that front and back is right side and wrong side. Whereas when it's in the instructions for your knitting, it means the side that you're looking at. So rather than use those terms, front and back, I always use wrong side. So I slipped it with the yarn on the wrong side. And then I'm going to knit 3. And then I'm going to slip 1. You slip purlwise in mosaic knitting. Here's a general rule of thumb. When we were slipping for our decreases, we slipped knitwise because we wanted those stitches to come up in the right orientation. But when we slip for mosaic knitting, we don't want to twist them. So you slip it purlwise, again, holding the yarn to the wrong side, and then knit 3. And then we're going to slip 1 purlwise, holding the yarn to the wrong side, and knit 3. And then you turn your work. And now you can see the floats. That's why we're holding them to the wrong side. With mosaic knitting, you do not want to see those floats. You always want them on the wrong side of your knitting. row 2 is essentially the same. We're going to knit 3. We're going to slip 1 purlwise. We want to slip that stitch with the float on the wrong side. So we need to bring it to the front because we're facing the wrong side of the knitting. So we slip that stitch. We're knitting the next stitch, so we need to move the yarn back. And then we knit 3. And then we do that maneuver again. We want to slip it with the yarn in front because we need that float on the wrong side and we're working the wrong side row. So bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch, bring it back because we need to knit. So we slip this last one, slip it, bring the yarn to the back, knit 3. And then we turn our work. I'm just going to snug up these tails to tidy up that stitch. We turn our work. We've got 2 balls attached, and we are very quickly going to get these in a tangle. Not a big deal. There's only 2 of them. You can untangle them, but I'm going to show you how to proactively deal with that tangle. We just used yellow. I'm going to bring that yarn in front. I'm going to pull up my purple that looks blue from behind this yellow. And I'm going to knit row 3. And I believe that one starts with knit 1. So I knit 1. I slip 1 purlwise with the yarn held to the wrong side, so that's at the back. Then I knit 3. I slip 1 with the yarn to the back, and I knit 3. I slip 1 with the yarn to the back, and I knit 3. And I end my row with a slip 1 and a knit 1. And when I turn it around, you can see the floats, the blue-purple floats on the wrong side. Okay, I see some people are having trouble. Somebody has put Katie's maybe back in there. I've put my original link back in there. Hopefully that will help the problem. So now I'm working row 4. I'm on the wrong side. So whenever I slip a stitch, I need to hold the yarn in front. That will keep the float on the wrong side of the knitting. Slip it. Take it back to the back because I'm knitting. Bring the yarn to the front to keep the float on the wrong side. Slip a stitch purlwise. Take it to the back because I'm knitting these stitches. Bring it to the front to slip and keep the float on the wrong side. Take it back to the back because I'm knitting the stitches. One more slip stitch. Take the yarn to the back and knit. And you can see the stitch pattern emerging. Oops. It will look like this. My mouse has disappeared. I found it. Huh. All right, let's try this again. I pulled up the file, but it's not showing up when I try to share my screen.
Someone asked for Eureka's. I put in that from yesterday and put in this current presentation. And then I put in your first presentation, Nancy. So they're all in there as PDFs.
All right. Thank you. Easy mosaic knitting. It's come up. So we just followed these written instructions. And we knit 4 rows. We knit 2 rows in, so we did our foundation. That was your homework. 2 rows there. Then today together, we knit 2 rows with white and we knit 2 rows with black. That's easy, right? It's a very small pattern. You can follow those written instructions, but mosaic patterns can be far more exotic, right? The cowl that I showed you, it has a far more interesting mosaic pattern, a far more sophisticated, complex, there's a good word, has a far more complex pattern. So most mosaic knitting patterns are shown in charts. And designers are using, well, I have found designers are using 3 different styles of charts. And I've got all 3 of those styles of charts in this handout. So here's the traditional chart. It shows you all 4 rows of knitting. And it shows you what you're doing with symbols. So with row 1, we're taking our light colored yarn, we're knitting 3 stitches, we're slipping a stitch. That's our repeat. We would continue that across the row. We would end with a knit 3. We would do exactly the same thing on row 2. We would knit 3, we would slip 1, and we would knit 3. But this chart shows you in 4 rows, knit on the right side, knit on the wrong side. And then we change color. So with the dark color, I've got to get this. It's probably Pyramid. I'm really sorry. Hello? I'm well. How are you?
Can we mute Nancy so she has privacy?
Yeah, I can't mute while I'm sharing my screen. I can't, sorry, I'm in the middle of a meeting. So yes, that's a fine time. Okay, thanks. Bye. Sorry about that. We have a support worker scheduled for my mom tomorrow. So this is a very traditional chart and we're going to follow it. I'm going to take it off the screen. Because you should have it yourself. And we're going to knit it again following the chart. So we just finished with the dark yarn. I'm going to bring it to the front. I'm going to put the yellow back behind it so that the yarns are not tangled. And I do this every time I do 2 row stripes with 2 colors. I bring the yarn I just finished, the color I just finished, to the front. I put the color that I'm going to need to the back. It gives me a really nice edge that works well with garter stitch. So the chart says to knit 3, slip 1 with the float on the wrong side. So we slip it purlwise with the yarn and back, knit 3, and then it says to slip 1 with the yarn to the wrong side. So we slip it purlwise with the yarn at back, we knit 3, we slip 1 with the yarn and back, and we knit 3. And then row 2, you follow the chart reading from left to right, as you do with all knitting charts on the wrong side. And it tells you to knit 3. To slip 1 purlwise with the float on the wrong side. So that means you need to bring the yarn to the front, slip your stitch purlwise, and then take it to the back to knit. Bring it to the front, slip it purlwise, take it to the back, knit 3. Bring it to the front, slip 1 purlwise, take it back, knit 3. Still following that same traditional chart, I'm going to do rows 3 and 4. I bring my light colored yarn to the front, my dark colored yarn to the back, and I follow row 3. It tells me to knit 1, slip 1 with the yarn, the float on the wrong side, knit 3, slip 1 with the yarn to the wrong side, knit 3. The right side rows are always easier because the yarn always stays at the back of your work. And knit 1. Turn the work. Work the purple back. And now we need to bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch purlwise, move the yarn to the back. That keeps your float on the wrong side of the work. Chart says to knit 3, slip 1 purlwise with the yarn to the wrong side, knit 3, slip 1 purlwise with the yarn to the wrong side, knit 3, slip 1, and with a knit 1. And now you can really see the pattern emerging. I'll go back to the handout. Okay, mine just came up automatically. Are you seeing the handout?
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
Are you asking, are we seeing the handout in the share screen?
Yeah.
No.
No, we just see you knitting.
All right, this is very interesting. I can't get back to Zoom.
That's what happened to me yesterday. The share screen disappeared. A quark.
Okay, I have that back. Share, Mosaic knitting. That was very interesting. Are you now seeing the handout?
Yes.
Oh, right. So what's really, I think, a waste of space with these traditional charts is that the wrong side row is always exactly the same as the right side row. So row 2 was exactly the same as row 1. Row 4 was exactly the same as row 3. You don't need to see 4 rows to knit the pattern. And that's what Barbara Walker did. She shows her mosaic pattern in 2 rows. The first box on the chart always tells you what color you're knitting that row with. You knit all the stitches in that color and you slip all the stitches in the opposite color. And you always slip a stitch in mosaic knitting with the yarn at the wrong side. So you can work this the same way. I'm going to work the next row with my yellow yarn. So I'm going to bring my purple blue yarn to the front and my yellow yarn to the back. And I'm going to knit this Barbara Walker style chart. I'm going to knit 3 with my light color yellow and slip one with my, and slip the next stitch. Slipping the stitch brings that dark color up. And this chart is much more, it looks much more like the knitting does. I like Barbara Walker's style best. So let's knit it. Row 1 starts with a light colored box. I'm using my light colored yarn. It says to knit 3. The next box is dark, so I need to slip it. I'm not working with the dark color, so I need to slip it, and I keep the yarn to the back because the floats in mosaic knitting are always on the wrong side. And then I knit 3. And I slip one purlwise with the yarn to the wrong side. I knit 3. I slip one with the yarn on the wrong side, and I knit 3. I turn my work, and I work back on the wrong side with the same colored yarn, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. I knit the yellow stitches with the yellow yarn. I slip the purple stitches with the float on the wrong side. I knit the yellow stitches because I'm working with yellow yarn. I slip the purple stitches with the float on the wrong side. Slip 1, knit 3. Row 3 is going to be with the dark color. I'm moving my light color up to the front, the dark color to the back. And I'm always bringing the new yarn up from behind the old yarn. And that gives me this twisted edge that looks really good with garter stitch. So row 3 tells me that I'm knitting 1 with the dark color. The next one is a slip stitch because it's light. The only way to make it light, if I'm only knitting with 1 color, is to slip it up. The float's on the wrong side. Then I knit 3. The next stitch is a light stitch, so I slip it. That's the light color. And then I knit 3. and I slip one, and I knit 3, and I slip one, and I end with a knit 1. I turn the work, and I come back on the wrong side with my dark colored yarn. Knit 1, slip the stitch purlwise with the float on the wrong side, so I had to bring the yarn forward. Now I take it back to knit. Bring it forward so I can slip it with the float on the wrong side, take it back to knit. Bring it forward, slip it, take it back so I can knit. Slip one more stitch purlwise, float on the wrong side, take it back so I can knit the last stitch. The instructions on how to work this chart are all in the handout. And this is the chart this is the style of chart that I've used in my pattern, because this is the style of chart I like best. I think this looks an awful lot more like the fabric you get than this does. All of the dots showing you that you're getting a purl bump because you're knitting on the wrong side, I find all of that distracting. This, to me, looks a lot more like the fabric that you get. So I like Barbara Walker's style of chart, and that's the style of chart I've used in my pattern for the cowl that you saw earlier. And all of these instructions are in the pattern as well. I never leave you guessing with my patterns. So all of that is there. But Arella Seaton, who designed the pattern for the Sweet Paprika Mosaic Skill Builder box, she uses a different style of chart. It's a hybrid between these two. It shows just, it shows 2 rows of knitting in 1 row like the Barbara Walker does, but it uses the slip stitch symbol like the traditional style does. So here it is. You knit these 3, and then you slip 1, and then you knit these 3. And you come back, you knit these 3, you slip 1, and you knit these 3.
We're not seeing you.
Oh, you're not seeing me.
Oh, wait. No, never mind. Never mind. Yes, we are. The hybrid. Got it. Never
Hybrid
mind.
style? Yep.
Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. So there's 2 rows. First row, knit 3, slip 1, repeat to the last 3 stitches, knit 3. Row 2, the same again. Knit 3, slip 1, knit 3. Then row 3, you're using your dark color. You knit 1, you slip 1, you knit 3, slip 1, knit, right? Go across, end with a knit 1. Coming back, you're knitting the stitches that are dark and slipping the stitches that are light. The difference is with the hybrid style, she shows the V's, the symbol for slipping. So here's my question to you. Do you like this hybrid look better than this? Can you follow the instructions better with the slip stitches shown with symbols? Or do you like the plainer style that Barbara Walker developed?
Catherine here, yes, the hybrid style.
You like the hybrid?
Yep.
Same, Linda.
I like the hybrid.
I like the hybrid.
I do too.
That certainly there was a consensus from all the people who spoke up.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm considering, I mean, I'm not going to republish my older mosaic patterns. I'm not going to redo them, but I'm thinking going forward, I might pick up a Relicetan style.
The V just doesn't leave you guessing.
Right.
It's very clear.
Well, yeah, I find this to be just as clear, even without the slip symbols. But I'm thinking there are not a lot of knitters that like the symbols. So I wanted to ask today, because certainly going forward, I can use this style when I publish a mosaic chart.
I think it gets your attention that you're supposed to do something there.
Right. Yep.
I mean, the other is easy, but I just feel like that you can glance up and see, oh, I'm supposed to do something with this stitch.
Right.
It's a nice reminder.
Yes.
Yeah, it sort of idiot proofs it. You see that and say, oh,
See,
I'm supposed to do something.
it's idiot.
Yeah.
Not just switch colors.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
It also
All right.
helps a newer knitter understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
One assumes you have to understand what you're doing and have read everything.
Right. Right.
On Zoom knitting. On Zoom, as we do so much.
So Nancy, I scrolled ahead and comparing in the more complex hybrid.
Yep.
I don't have to think. I know. I just okay.
Yes.
On Zoom, slip Katie. Because who wants to unpick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does anybody like the 4-row style?
No, it's too much.
Use it. I mean, we're knitting a pattern right now.
No.
It's way too much.
Mara uses that, and it's when the pattern gets very complex, you're just fighting the chart.
Yes.
Yep. Now, those of you who did my New Year, New Shawl, for that pattern, I did use the 4 rows because the slip stitches were only with the color. They weren't with the background. They weren't with what I call the mortar, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But there are times when I find I need to use a traditional chart, but with straight on ordinary mosaic,
No.
I learned with Barbara Walker. So I find this really clear and easy. But having seen this, I wondered if more knitters preferred it. And certainly here today, more knitters preferred this. So going forward, if I'm doing a straight on mosaic pattern, I think I'll switch to this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think Barbara Walker knitted to Zoom. Just saying.
But I do have to say I did not have trouble with your New Year, New Shawl because it was so clear that you were slipping the only one color.
Yep.
Well, I certainly did because I just defaulted to garter.
Yeah, that's
right. That's right.
Nothing foolproof.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull up the wrap in a little bit, but and maybe talk a little bit more about why I chose 4 rows for that one. So this stitch is simple, and it doesn't have additional selvage. It has a repeat that starts right at the edge of the row, and you've got these extra 3 stitches to make it symmetrical. But it doesn't have any selvage stitches. And most mosaic charts have selvage stitch edges. So I thought I should pull up a more complex chart. And I didn't do any written instructions because with this, if you are ever finding a mosaic pattern with a stitch pattern like this, they probably won't give you the written instructions. They'll just give you a chart. but I put all 3 styles of charts in here.
Oh, good Lord.
Well,
Wow.
it gives you
Wow, Nancy. Wow.
it gives you the chance to practice this stitch pattern with the style of chart that you like, or mix it up and practice a little more with a more complex stitch pattern, and see which chart style you really do prefer.
I appreciate you showing us all 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I wanted to do today. That's why,
Yeah.
you know, when I had a chance to teach a 1-hour class, and I just had published a Mosaic pattern, it's like, I know exactly what I want to do, because this style, what I'm calling a hybrid style, that's the style that Arella Seaton uses. So that's the style that came in the pattern with the skill builder box. I'd never seen it before. I've seen the full-on 4 rows several times. And of course, I learned from Barbara Walker, so I've seen her style. I had never seen anything like this. So I knew, you know, like today when I had that opportunity, I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do.
It's perfect.
And Eureka, when did we decide to do this?
Last weekend, I think.
So I had a week to put this together. I've been graphing a lot on I use Stitch Fiddle. So another point that I want to make, it's a lot easier to work the charts if your dark yarn matches the dark squares on the chart.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? It's a lot easier to do that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have to. You can reverse it. So if you're looking at this hybrid chart and the dark color is listed as color B, you can make color B light. It takes more concentration to knit,
Yeah.
but you can do it. And so I photographed my swatch, and since I have it on share, I figured I might as well just go up to it. So I photographed my swatch, and on the bottom is my lime green and purple, chosen because we're coming close to Halloween and people seem to think that lime green and purple are good Halloween colors.
Yes, they are.
And I've put my dark X on top of my light background. And then I took the same purple and I combined it with a lighter purple, and I put the light colored X on top of the dark background. Well, I didn't redraw the chart. I just had to remember that what is light in the chart is dark in my knitting. What is dark in the chart is light in my knitting. So
did it mess with your brain like it does me?
Not particularly, but I was making a 12 stitch chart. Well, 15 with selvage edges. So we have 10 minutes left. If people want to go ahead and knit a little bit on this more complex pattern, I will go back. I will stop share.
I have a question.
Yep.
On your pattern that you released today, it calls for 200, you use 220 yard skeins. Did you use all of that?
No, I did not.
Because mine only have like 196.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I'll be okay.
You're fine. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Daggone it. Now I can't use my yarn and I've already planned for this.
Nancy, do you have the swatches there?
I do. I do.
Can you put them under your camera?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if there's a way in Knit Companion to change the dark to light and light to dark.
You can if the charts will line up with it. It depends on what program they use.
Okay.
It's you go back to that magic wand thing that
Okay.
there's another way, but it's a pain.
If you're planning to build this pattern on top of this swatch, you need to start with a foundation of your light colors. So knit 2 rows in whatever your light color is.
Right.
And then you're going to start building your dark X on the light colored background.
That always makes me have to stop and think a little bit. You know, I'm new to Mosaic. I used to not do it at all, and I love it.
This is just mind blowing.
Uh-huh.
It's terrific.
It is.
So my New Year, New Shawl, which is a mystery knit along, for this year was really a wrap because it is a big rectangle. And I designed it in mosaic knitting that isn't really mosaic, right? This is, okay, so this has stocking stitch bricks inside garter stitch mortar. That's how I think of it. And
good morning, Aunt Kira.
And you only
let me set down the receiver here.
Okay.
You only slip when you're doing the bricks.
Okay.
So you
Yes,
slip
I can.
this stitch, and that carries the color of the mortar up to the next row of mortar. But because this was knit 1 row and purl 1 row, I ended up having to use the 4 row charts so that I could show you that you knit across the row and then you purl back and then you knit 2 rows. And the row of my mortar, this never has slip stitches. This stone color is always just knit. Now, this pattern was a lot of fun because I gave people options. So here we start with a 4 stitch repeat, and I've stacked the bricks. But then I did a larger repeat and I staggered the bricks. And then in the next clue, people had choices. They could continue or they could change it up. So here I've stacked or I've staggered big bricks and small bricks. And then my last color, I had what I called a syncopated pattern. And across 1 row, you have bricks of 3 different sizes. So people had choices to make as they knit this. And I love doing that for my mystery knit-alongs because what that means is that the finished item is as big a mystery to me as it is to you because I don't know what the choices that you're going to make are. And this one I did in 5 colors. So I have the brick color, that stone color goes through the entire wrap. But every time I changed a stitch pattern, I changed color. But you don't have to. I did a smaller scarf and I just did it in 2 colors. So it still changes stitch patterns as you go. And I didn't make the same choices with this project as I did with the other one. And so here I've got a completely different look with only 2 colors. So there's choices in the colors that you use, as well as the stitches that you use. And not all my patterns give you that much choice, but some of them do. And it's a lot of fun because it does mean that I don't know what your finished project is going to look like any more than you do. When you do it as a mystery knit along, it's a lot of fun. So we have a few minutes left for questions. I'm going to pick up my glasses that fell on the floor. Any questions?
Are you going to do another New Year, new something?
I am. I already have swatches on the go. I figure I'm going to start knitting the 1st of December so that the sample is ready to be photographed and the pattern comes out January 1st.
Woohoo! Can we ask what the yarn is?
I'm using Rowan felted tweed again because I still had so much left over from the last.
Wonderful. Yes. Yes, we say yes, yes, yes.
And I've designed this. I'm going to use 2 colors. I have lots of that beautiful blue, the blue that was here. I had lots of this left over. So I bought some more. Oh, I think I bought the alabaster, which is brighter than this stone color. But I bought another light neutral, and I'm going to do it in 2 colors, the blue and the stone or the alabaster. But choices that you could make, you could do it in 7 colors.
Wonderful.
Or you could do it in 4.
Wow.
So I'm having some fun with that. But yep, I'm swatching. I'm really ready to cast on the project.
Katie, do you have your wrap?
I don't. I donated it to Rob to help with his yarn sales, but
Okay.
I can show a picture.
I have
up.
I have mine.
Yes, let's see yours.
But mine, remember, I do a lot of Mosaic, so I was on autopilot and I didn't do it the way Nancy wrote it. So mine is garter. Garter with garter. So this is one of the clues. Sorry, I got sun. And then this is another one. So I went from staggered, or I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe I'm going backwards. I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah. Honeycomb.
Yep.
So yeah, I switched, and then I switched the color at the midpoint.
And see, it looks good that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I can try and share. No, sharing's not turned on. So
You didn't go to thing.
I have one too, Nancy.
Eureka, can you pin me? Well, that's not going to work. Sorry. Because it's not here.
I don't know who's showing. Where
Katie.
is the person?
Katie.
Katie, okay. You have to hold up the
Just
shawl
raise
so
your
I can
hand.
find you, or just the hand.
The hand.
You're moving around.
No, I'm trying. There we go. Okay. So I don't have it here. I would have to share. So go on after all of this. Go to Catherine. I'd have to share screen. Sorry. So I'll remove spotlight.
Oh, hold on. Do you want to share your screen?
Please. May I?
Yes. Just give me a second.
So before Katie shares, let me just say about Linda's, that's all in garter stitch. when she was slipping stitches, she always, when she was coming back on the wrong side, you always had to move your yarn back and forth to get it to the wrong side. When you do the brick part of that pattern in stocking stitch, the yarn is already on the wrong side when you're purling back.
Right.
So doing the brick part of the scarf in stocking stitch not only gives it a different texture, it's also a little faster because you don't have to keep moving the yarn back and forth on the wrong side.
I honestly didn't know I did it wrong till Katie said, "Why does yours look different?"
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try and share.
Okay.
Okay, can you see this all right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is, I used 2 different colors of yarn, and I didn't, I play yarn chicken, so I made it easy for myself. I split it in the middle, as you can see right here. I split it in the middle and between the clues. So that's clue 1 and 2, and this is clue 3 and 4. And they're done in close-knit fibers, and they are done in herbal, tea, and blue-eyed gal. So, and this is how much I worked to get what I wanted. So it constantly changed. Offset this, that, offset. I finally had to circle in yellow highlighter what I wanted. That's how many options you have. So, and it was a lot. It was a lot of thinking. So thank you, Nancy. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, I see Catherine's raising hand.
So I've got mine. Let me just pull this down a minute. I made mine. I am making mine. Mine is not finished because it's a 3-year project. I made 3 panels and I'm making a blanket. So the first, I used same thing, felted tweed. I did 3 and I measured it. It's going to be a great lap blanket. I mean, look how big it is, and how long the blanket's going to be. So I really, what surprised me, I had not picked up, it's been over the back of my couch. This felted tweed is air light. It is so light compared to the big sweater I just finished. So it's really nice. But there's a staggered, there's on top of each other, and then a bit more of the on top of each other. So I'll rotate the next 3 will be different. They'll all be different.
Yep.
Different colors. So I really love this. I may even before the end of the year put this on needles. I loved it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's year 1.
Okay. And I see Judith's raising hand as well.
Yeah. Now I did Nancy's Walters Falls, but I changed it and made it narrower because I live in Florida, so I like narrow scarves that are more of an accent than warmth. But then I also took the same pattern. Oh crap, you aren't going to be able to see it. Anyway, this is Walters Falls. Now you can see it. And this is a dish mat. So I took it and made something else with it. So Nancy's patterns are so versatile. It's wonderful. You can take the design and just run with it. And oh gosh, when she gives you all the choices. I mean, I did the New Year, New Shawl with hand spun and minis. And so what I did was I just knit until I ran out of that color and then went on to another color. And so I just kept on going.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. So again, all the different things you can do with her patterns. It just, oh, wow. Fun. Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, and I saw see Vicky raising hand.
Yes, this is Nancy's Barney with a hand spun that I did. I had a hand spun challenge to do rainbow, and this is her Varney done with my hand spun. And then I did some of her stitch plays in bulky yarn.
Mm.
And then here's one. I did a whole bulky, some of my neon colors. So there's so many things. You don't just have to do, and Nancy gives you so many different options in her patterns that they're just so wonderful.
Thank you. That's beautiful. All right, let's stop recording for now.